You're right there, Mark here from 6 Plus Save, here with another review from the great people at TTCombat with a terrain set that I'm really quite excited about, and I want to bring it to you all. That basically is this big set here from their sci-fi gothic range. Not going to try and butcher that name for all, I'm crap at names, so I'm not going to try and butcher it, but it's the Sector Board Bundle. Now this set here is amazing because, as you can see there, you got numerous bits of kit in here, and it's specifically designed to allow you to fill out a board in this one kit for 40k up to 2,000 points. It was the set that they used to use in 2019 for the London Grand tournaments. So this is amazing for 9th edition wargaming because you've got a lot of site blocking. It's all modular. These tower units here, they're modular. You can take it apart. You've got line blocking edges here. You've got objective center bits over here. It's all perfect for basically their equivalent to a 6x4 board. Obviously 9th edition is ever so slightly different, but the scaling is perfect as well. As you can see there, I missed it in one of my previous videos on the containers. They got it here, 28 to 35mm scale, which is your heroic scale. There's nothing stopping you using this for any other sci-fi modern style gaming out there. Ones that come to mind are Knight models with their DC and Batman. You've then got Marvel Protocols, you've got Star Wars Legions, multiple different, Infinity. You could use this for multiple different ones. And the nice thing about this terrain, yes, it may surprise you, this is 70 quid. But this is a full massive board of terrain options. But anyway, I digress. This packaging really well. It's minimalistic. It's stored nicely. When you get this delivered from either TTCombat directly, Amazon, eBay, wherever you go, Wayland Games I believe do it, there's multitude of different ones. It's going to arrive in really good nick. Alright, there's no outer box to get damaged or anything like that. It's nicely put together. Do struggle to try and keep it all in the camera because there's so much here. But yeah, let's just open this bad boy up and go from there. Hopefully this will come out all right. As I said, you could probably tell I am really genuinely quite excited by this terrain. I want to get this ready for some actual battles that I'm going to do against some mates of mine and future battle reports as well. It's a multitude of different terrain that you can play with. So there's obviously your front cover. Alright, obviously this isn't a toy, so and so forth, the legal stuff that they've got to put in. You got plenty of sheets. you got your money's worth, let's just say that. Alright, and if you need the instructions, go onto the TTCombat website, you type in that into the search function, instructions come up. Alright, you genuinely can't fault it. But let's go through each of these. As you can see here, obviously parts have fallen through because they've been laser cut so well, but because it's shrink wrapped so well, it's not breaking. Hopefully that articulates across correctly, but each sheet as well is numbered accordingly, which is amazing for those instructions because it can be quite overwhelming to have all these instructions. Now, in all honesty, I'm probably not going to do a speed build section to this because there is, like I did time lapse in previous videos, because there's so much to build. But this is amazing stuff. This is, it's just basically popping out, so you don't need to worry about breaking anything. And the nice thing about this is these are the floor bits. Hopefully that's in focus. These are the floor bits, so it looks like you have one wall there along the bottom. That's amazing for the rules in most tabletop games because they say when you're in the terrain feature, in a manner of speaking, when you're in the terrain feature, you get bonuses. Well, there's no dispute. There is your terrain feature border. If you're in that, floorboard, you get a bonus. If you're not, You're not in the terrain feature. It stops any friction in the game. Is either you're on the board or you're not. Simple as that. Here's another piece. This looks like it's going to be a piece to actually go on another floorboard. See there's some nice bit of rebar, and it's popping out again. I'm just, it all looks really great. The rebar pops out nice and easy. You don't need to worry about, it damaged or, different pieces. There you go. Bits to go on the side. Doorway, by the looks of it, you got plenty. This set does come in like a half bundle option, I believe, on the website as well. So you could have the equivalent for like 1,000 points. But I was like, screw it. Make my money's worth. Get the 2 sets. Here's some more walkways or tops of walls for the smaller bits. Here's another set. You can see, look, it's just popping through. All right. Bottom. Yeah, it would help. And middle. It would help if I actually read. There you go, there's a top bit, and there, it's popping straight through. This is really, some people go, oh, MDF, and all this and all that, It does the job really well, and there's plenty of, they're really good over there, TTCombat, with minimalising waste. See how little has been wasted on these sheets, and there's nothing wrong with these little bits here being used for future, future products, future projects. Sorry, where you want to add a bit of structural debris on the bottom or anything like that. I'm still going through it. This is amazing stuff. But here you go. Here's some of the vent bits for the middle section. Very little space wasted. I'm really genuinely excited about this. This is going to probably be a good afternoon's worth of work on here, but I'm just going to quickly blitz through each sheet so you can actually see what's there. Here's some side bits. I believe this is for the pyramid structure. There you go, look, bit popped out. Didn't do any harm, did it? Because it's nicely packaged, and as you can hopefully see with each of these sheets that I'm bringing out, they're all labelled. Here's another set of the pyramid structures. These look to be more of the ruined buildings, Gothic, high Gothic style buildings. There's some form of eagle aquila. That's just popped straight out. But I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all genuinely enjoying these videos that I'm pumping out. As I said from the beginning, any feedback's greatly appreciated. There you go, pop out. That is sizable. Before I even built it, that's a sizable piece of terrain there. Here is, looks like the bottom level to the pyramid. As you can see, the modular setup there. Here's another one of your venti bits. Let's pop these out. There you go. And there's nothing. Don't ever throw away these MDF bits. They're so useful for scatter terrain bits. There you go. Here's another bit. We're getting to the bottom of the pile, people. Hopefully you haven't got too bored yet. But yeah, this is really, really good. I am very excited to do this. What I'm going to do, I'm probably going to build this all up and cut the video at the end of this, build it all up, and then we'll do a review at the end of the video of, the main different parts all built, and then I'll probably do another video like I did before with containers, how you can easily and quickly build this. So that is all the bits out of their packaging. As you can gather, there's a lot of sheets, but you definitely get your money's worth, don't you? Let's get rid of that plastic. Let's get this back into the limelight. There you go. That is a lot of sheets. All right. So I'm going to cut it there. That's already 9 minutes. I'll catch you all in a little bit. You're right there, Mark, back actually 2 days later. I built all this in one afternoon, evening, and I've actually used it in a game. The game went really well, and the terrain is really, really good. I cannot emphasize enough, if you want some 40k terrain or sci-fi terrain for your games in the future for tournaments and casual play, I cannot fault this kit. I honestly, hand on heart, think it's one of the best kits for having tournament ready terrain on the board. Really, really simple, really straightforward. It really supports a lot of the rules in 9th edition for 40k and a lot of other games out there as well. So as you can see from the overview and beforehand, there's 2 of each different set of terrain feature. Alright, so you got some power stations set up here, which is quite good for objectives and so on and so forth. A little bit of combat on top. You then have these 2 massive ruined buildings here with multiple levels. Nice thing is you've actually got a footprint, which helps with any disputes, any grey areas. Am I in the terrain? Am I not? So on and so forth. And it just really makes it very stable. Alright, I genuinely cannot fault these boards having their bases to them, because it just stops the dispute. It's either you're in the terrain or you're not. No matter what game setup you work on, it's really, really good. So that's obviously the power stations. Nice big line blocking terrain here. Nice bit of features on it. Then we come over to, I would say, the left angle bracket ones. Nice bit of terrain feature in here. Nice and simple base bit there. And then this is the left side one. Same again. Nice bit of board work on there. I've got some miniatures in a moment that you can actually see them sized up. So it gives you an idea in the future. These pyramid ones, I did have a pain. Okay, I'll warn you now, because the MDF is cut to such a high tolerance, and I was heavy-handed. Getting late in the evening, should have really came back to it another time. Broke some bits. But in all honesty, I sand it down, I'll spray it, so on and so forth. So keep dry fitting, then glue. I was getting heavy-handed and rushing. Tolerances can be very tight, but at least you know it's a snug fit. Anyway, these pyramids are really useful because you've got 1 level, then you've got 2 levels if you wish, and they slot in. It's easier if you do it two-handed. And then this one here slots in as well. And you've got different levels to go by. Pardon me, my voice just broke. Very unprofessional. So you can do, you know, different levels. By all means, you can have this as a separate piece of terrain if you wish. You can play with it to your heart's content. Alright, so as you can see, this would work very well for a metallic style finish, whereas these ones here are more concrete. Same for that, metallic finish. And I'll grab the models 1 moment. I'll be back in 2 seconds and we'll see how they look compared to some miniatures. Okay, and I'm back. Gonna go over the sizing, but a little nice positive to the terrain as well in a moment. So as you can see here, this is the modular options of this terrain setup. You can see I've repositioned it in such a way that it's off to one side. But here is some firstborn and some primaris, as some of you may nickname it. But you can see here the scale, very well done. Okay, so it's nice line blocking, bit of scatter terrain in there. These are the angle pieces, which I have 4 of. See there, Lionel Johnson, hidden away, absolutely fine. Nice platform on the top for obviously fitting your other miniatures. Here's another base. These are 32mm bases. 40s may be a slight push, but they will fit on there fine. So let's put these back out the way. Obviously then I have a Keeper of Secrets here, same height as a normal Keeper of Secrets as well. So here you've got a representation of the scale for any of the larger models that you may have. Fits up to the top of a torso. And here's the behemoth of the terrain with a knight in there. You can see the scale of it. It's definitely going to be an imposing bit of terrain. But if we rotate this carefully, definitely line blocking. for the sheer height of it. Cannot fault it. Okay, and the platforms, oh, come on little lip, the little platforms here, we'll grab one of the miniatures. They fit absolutely fine. Okay, all the way up through, no issue whatsoever. But another positive for this piece of terrain set bundle here is its storage options. When you get an amass amount of terrain and you want to either store it or transport it, it can be an absolute pain. So just storing it and as I just said, these power plant ones, it's kind of obvious, they stack on one another. They take up no space whatsoever. The pyramids stack inside one another, very little footprint there. And all these angle pieces, as long as you stack it away carefully and you varnish and protect it, they take up very little footprint as well. So across the board, to put it in retrospect, oops, sorry, finger. Put it in retrospect, all that terrain fitted comfortably in this box. That's not bad for, you know, the terrain to cover a board, a 6x4 board. So I hope this has been very useful for you all out there. If you're looking for just a great bundle on some sci-fi terrain, I'm really chuffed with it. Any feedback, very much appreciated. I'll have a link to the actual product in the description as well. I'll possibly be doing a painting tutorial on potentially the metal parts and the concrete parts down the line. But as per normal, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the stuff, like, comment, subscribe, all the usual bits and pieces. I'm going to be pumping out more and more videos and hopefully showing these in a future battle report. So you all take care of yourself. Mark out.